Okay, coming back. My dog has calmed down. 3.2F. We have talked about the cost function for the microwave. We talked about where X was the number of microwaves and where P is the price per microwave. Okay, so for letter B of this same problem, we're not going to say find R of X. Well, what do we know about revenue? Revenue equals the price times the quantity sold. Revenue equals the price times the quantity sold. That makes sense. So R of X equals the price, here we said P was the price, times the quantity sold, which we said was X. Okay, now what did we say the price was? It's going to be negative 5x plus 600 times x. So our equation for R of x is now going to be negative 5x squared plus 600x. Okay, now we're going to go over a new theorem. We'll keep working with this problem, but I want to introduce this theorem to you. So we have a theorem. It's called marginal test for maximum profit. Marginal test for maximum profit. Marginal test for maximum profit. Now, if you could think of it this way, this is a profit curve. All right, so let's say we're making profit, we're losing profit. Okay, so here we have the maximum profit. If I have x here, then P prime of x would equal 0 right there, and that would be our maximum profit. Okay, let's say we have a point C and a point D such that x is in between there. Then what do we know about C? P prime of C must be what? P prime of C must be greater than 0, correct? Because the slope of the tangent line is going to be positive there. And P prime of D must be less than 0 because the slope of a tangent line right there would be less than 0. Okay, so now the marginal test for maximum profit. We have two things that we need to note. And here's one. P prime of C must be greater than 0. And that's where we have a C less than X. And that's what we have in this picture. C is less than X and X is less than D. We also have to state that B prime of D is is less than 0. And that's for D greater than X. Okay, so we need to state this when we have this case, okay, and we have either one of these. That is P prime of X equals 0, or we can use this, which is the same thing, and that is C prime of X equals R prime of X, where the cost equals, marginal cost equals the margin of revenue. Okay, so to use this theorem, we must have this right here and one of these in order to use the theorem. Okay, so now with the problem we've been working with the microwaves, here's the question. Find the number of microwaves obtained. Find the number of microwaves. Find the number of microwaves to obtain the maximum profit for each week. The maximum profit for each week. I'll read that again. Find the number of microwaves to obtain the maximum profit for each week.